Hi everyone and welcome. In the previous video we have covered that how to import and export southbound device configuration in the NeuronEX software. Okay, now in this video we will see how to configure southbound device in Neuron to connect with Modbus TCP IP device. So if you want to connect your NeuronEX software with Modbus TCP IP device, then this video is for you. Now, instead of physical Modbus TCP IP device, we are going to use ModSim simulator to simulate our Modbus TCP IP device, and then we will configure NeuronEX to read the data from that Modbus TCP IP simulated device. So let's see how you can do that. So first of all, I'm going to open my ModSim software, which is Modbus simulator software, okay, which is used to simulate Modbus TCP IP device. So here you can see we can simulate Modbus TCP IP device by clicking on connect, and then we have to select Modbus TCP server, and we are going to run our Modbus TCP server on the port number 502. That's it, our Modbus TCP IP device is simulating. Now we can simulate the holding register using the auto simulation option. So you have to double click on the holding register, you have to click on the auto simulation, and you have to enable this one. Okay, now high limit is 200, and I'm going to simulate this holding register at interval of 1 second. Okay, you can see it is simulating. Okay, now we want to read this holding register value in the NeuronEX. Then how we can read it, or how we can configure NeuronEX to connect with Modbus TCP IP device and read the holding register data. So you have to minimize this one, you have to open the NeuronEX web page. Okay, and here we have to add device in the south device section. So I'm going to click on add device, and it's my ModSim software, so I'm going to name it as a ModSim. Okay, the plugin is Modbus TCP because we have simulated Modbus TCP server using ModSim software. Okay, so that's why a plugin is Modbus TCP. Now connection mode is client. We want NeuronEX to act as a client and connect with this Modbus TCP IP server or TCP IP simulated device. Okay, check header will be false. Now maximum retry time is 3. Okay, the retry interval is 1000 millisecond, or you can say 1 second, and endiness is ABCD. Now the start address is PLC base address, okay, which means it will start from the base 1. Now the send interval, okay, reading interval is 20 millisecond, so I'm going to change it to 1000. So we are going to read the data at 1 second. Okay, now IP address. So here we have to provide the IP address of your Modbus TCP IP device. Okay, so this device is running in my local system, so I can provide my local system IP address, which is 192.168.1.11, and the port number is 502. The connection timeout is 3000 millisecond. Okay, you can see it is in millisecond, and send interval is also in millisecond, but instead of 1000 we will keep it 500. Okay, and we are going to click on add device. Okay, after a few seconds it will be connected. Okay, but then after we have to create a group inside it. So I'm going to ModSim device, and here we will create a group to read the holding register. Okay, so I'm going to read holding register here. The interval is 500 millisecond. Okay, I'm going to create the holding register group here, which is created. Now inside this group we have to add tag which we want to read from this Modbus TCP simulated device. So I'm going to click on this group, and here we can add tag. So I can click on add tag, and here we have to fill the details. So it's my holding register 1. Okay, so I'm going to read this holding register 1 data, so that's why holding register 1. Now the type is integer 16, and the address. So inside the address you have to provide specific format of your holding register along with the Modbus device ID. So you can see we have the device ID of 1, or you can say the slave ID. So first you have to provide the slave ID, and then after exclamation mark, and then after register number which you want to read. So it's a 40,001, so 40001, so you have to provide 40001. Okay, and then after we want to read this register, so that's why we have selected the read attribute, and that's it. We can click on test. So you can see the result is 36, so it's reading the data. Okay, and I have only simulated the first holding register, I have not simulated any other holding register, so it's reading the proper data. You can see 103. Now I can click on create to add this tag into the group. And now we can monitor this tag value in the data monitoring section, or I can go to the group list and I can create this icon for monitoring my tag values. Okay, you can see the value is updating. Okay, 149, 200. Okay, it's updating at certain interval. Okay, now if you want to add any other holding register, then you can again go to South devices. Okay, and you can click on more sim, you can click on your holding register group, you can click on add tag. It's our holding register 2, the type is integer 16, the slave id is 1, and then 40,002. Okay, and the attribute is write. We are only going to write the data on the 40,002 holding register, and that's it. We can click on test to read the result. So it's a 0. Okay, that's fine because our second holding register has 0 value. Now if I change the value to 25 and if I try to read, then we will have a result of 25. Okay, that is fine. We are reading the exact holding register, and we are also going to write to the exact holding register which is required. So I'm going to create. Okay, and I'm going to data monitoring to monitor my data. Okay, we are going to refresh this page. Okay, we have only selected the right option, so that's why it's not available here. We also have to select the read option for that tag. So here we have to edit the tag. Okay, and here we have to select the read attribute as well. Okay, so we have selected read and write both attribute, and we are going to submit it. And then we will go to data monitoring, and here we have the data. Now we want to write something on the second holding register, which is integer 16 type, and the number or address is 40,002. Okay, so if I want to write something, then I have to click here write, and whatever value I want to write, I have to type it here, and then I have to submit it, and you can see it is updated here. Okay, so this is how you can use NeuronEX to connect with any Modbus TCP device. It will read your Modbus TCP IP device data. Also, you can write your device data from the NeuronEX. Okay, so I hope this thing is clear, that how to configure the southbound device for Modbus TCP IP protocol and how to read the data from Modbus TCP IP device. So all you have to do is you have to go to the south device, you have to add new device, which is our Modbus TCP plugin device. Okay, you have to provide the IP address and everything. So here you can see device configuration. Okay, so you have to select the connection mode client. Check header is false. Maximum retry time is 3 times. Okay, retry interval 1000 millisecond. The ending is ABCD. If you have any other, then you can select from this option. Okay, starting address is 1, it's a base 1, so that's why I have choose this one. You can also choose this one according to your requirement. Now the reading interval is 500 millisecond. Okay, the IP address of your Modbus TCP IP device or simulator, and here you have to provide the port number of your Modbus TCP IP device, and here is the connection timeout if the neuron is not able to connect with Modbus TCP device in this first trial. Okay, so I hope this thing is clear about device configuration. And once you create your device configuration, you have to create a group for your holding register, input register, or if you want to create a group based on your data, then also you can create it. And then you have to add the tags inside your group, and it will read the tag, and you can monitor your tag in the data monitoring section. And once you configure the North app, it will publish your Modbus TCP IP device data to MQTT broker. Okay, so that thing we are going to cover in the future videos. So I hope this thing is clear, that how to configure southbound device in the NeuronEX to connect with Modbus TCP IP device. And if you still have any questions or any doubt, then you can always ping me on Telegram, Instagram, WhatsApp, anywhere. Also, you can comment on this video. Also, you can send me a mail. So let's meet in the future videos. Till then, take care, goodbye, and thank you.